Hello Aquarius, thank you for watching my video. This is my second round of videos I've done for all the signs. If this is your second time back, welcome back. If it's your first time, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. My channel is International Tarot, and I put my contact information in the description box of each video, so if you have any questions or concerns or anything, just feel free to let me know. Now, I have been shuffling these cards for several minutes, getting it prepped for your reading, but I'm going to keep doing it just for a little while longer before I draw. So, for those of you who are here for the first time, I do 2 readings in each video. I do a love reading and a general reading. Now, sometimes the love energies can carry over into the general side if they're, if you have a lot going on that month, or if those energies are very, very strong. So sometimes it's like you get 2 readings. Not always, but sometimes. Only time will tell. So, okay. Reading for Aquarius. Love Focus. December 2015. December 20. Okay, one more. Actually, I'm going to do one more. That wasn't a very good shuffle. Okay, there we go. Aquarius, December 2015. Love energies. The Queen of Cups, 3 of Wands, the Lovers, Queen of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, Judgment, and your King of Pentacles. Okay, Aquarius. So, interesting thing with this reading. A lot of 3s happening. In the very center, you have your 3 of Pentacles. Right above, you have the 3 of Wands. And there is an air of 3 individuals. Some kind of maybe triangular, even kind of like, I don't even want to say the word, like maybe even like a love triangle happening, maybe. Initially, my first impression is a very strong sense of independence. You making things happen for yourself. There is the presence of other people. And honestly, you have your Lover's card, which in a love reading is like the holy grail of the cards to get. However, honestly, I feel like this is more a personal, you sort of coming through, holding strong and holding fast to your own personal beliefs, more so than I feel it's any type of maybe a union. And the reason I say that is because it's sort of squaring up, the 2 cards that are screaming independence, and even more of a, career type of oriented card, as opposed to being connected with any of the people in the reading. And, again, a lot of reds in these cards here, which may even indicate a love of yourself and coming to a true understanding of really who you are. Now, I feel like you're kind of on a path where there's maybe some, and again, it's a love reading. However, sometimes there are, other elements that sort of creep in. I am getting a career creeper kind of sneaking in here. The Three of Pentacles is you using your past work, using your past experiences and your skills, and leveraging those into greater things, leveraging those into new opportunities, which is the card right above it. And when you have these three together, it's such a wonderful, it's like a very peaceful union of creativity and moving forward and forging your own path. But again, you are doing it alone. In the Two of Wands, oops, actually, sorry. In the Two of Wands, it's you holding the world in your hand, you overlooking out, your new kingdom, setting forth new goals, projecting out into the universe the things that you know, hope to come, the things that you are aiming for. It's that balance. The twos represent, the balance and juggling the things. And this is a very steady card, and it's very serene and calm and peaceful, and it's fruitful. You have the rose and the lily, you have the blossoms on the wand, you have the lush landscape here, you have the water, you have the horizon. It's a very opportunistic card, coupled with the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Wands, which again is more active. It's those steps you take to make things happen. So there is a lot of activity in your realm, in your world, things that are maybe brewing a little bit. And this Lovers card, I feel, is you really getting a sense of really who you are. Maybe you felt a little bit lost. Maybe you felt a little bit disconnected from your path, and you weren't quite there. You weren't quite on the same page with yourself. But here's this union, this meeting of the mind and the heart, the Lovers, this very strong attraction, this coming to, holding fast to your personal beliefs and making things happen. Now, I'm getting the sense that, again, I said, you have multiple threes. The Three of Pentacles, which actually has two threes. You have your Three of Pentacles and three people in this card. So three people and three people with your three wands. So there's a lot of triplets again. And I say a love triangle because, it's possible there were two maybe potentials, maybe a partner and maybe someone else came into the picture. Again, quality people, kind people, both queens, very nurturing, very sincere. Again, possibly a water sign, maybe more emotionally secure in themselves, well grounded, and very romantic. And then someone a little bit more spicy, a little bit more fiery. Again, more be an fire sign. So Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio for the water sign, possibly, or someone that just sort of has these energies. Now, these are actually more similar cards, more similar, I feel, than they are different. And, both feminine in nature. No, I don't mean effeminate. I mean feminine, kind, sweet, nurturing, more maternal, and, kind of is able to bring life to the things around them. very stable. Both are on thrones of stone. You know, here you have children. This woman's being surrounded by children. This being surrounded with sunflowers and lions and little animals. So again, very, very maternal in nature. But I do feel that there was a hardship, because you have your Five of Pentacles, which can mean, you know, a multitude of things, but maybe some level of abandonment, maybe some level of not being on the same page, a sense of feeling held back, or a sense of obligation in regards to, you know, this is actually a little bit tough because these are both in line. They're both sort of in line with those errors of being independent here. So I'm just kind of getting the sense that maybe these two, I don't get the feeling that one was more important than the other, or one was, you know, more promising than the other. Maybe they were just two people that came or are in your life, two people that might be friends. Again, maybe lovers, maybe not, but two people that are present in your life. But there is some level of obligation on your part, and some level of hardship, some level of weathering the storm. You know, it's possible these people were, you know, even just supportive of you while you were going through things, and supportive of you while you were struggling. You know, I get the, you know, struggling artist, you know, with the Three of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles, you know, the starving artist idea, you know, starving student, whatever have you. And maybe may have taken on more of that maternal role for you, not necessarily a true, genuine soulmate level connection, you know, not true love. But they were there for you, perhaps while you were going through this, or not, maybe, and maybe that's what caused some of this. But either way, whatever that scenario actually is, you are on your own. And again, there's even like three people in the front of this card here. I just noticed that too. Very, very interesting. You are going through this process of like a rebirth, going through this process of coming out of some level of darkness. Now, whenever we are getting the Three of Wands and the Two of Wands and embarking upon a new journey, and there's creativity and opportunity directly in front of us, that in and of itself is a rebirth. That in and of itself is shedding away the old and bringing in the new, and accepting the new blessings, because the opportunities themselves are blessings. And you, Aquarius, will come out of this and sort of take on this, you know, very successful air of this King of Pentacles that's being displayed here at the end of the reading. You know, any sort of hardship will get us to this level of maturity that, you know, these royals have in the courts. So, you know, the King of Pentacles, again, tied to, and the reason again too why I say, or why I'm getting the sense that this Lover's card doesn't necessarily indicate a soulmate level connection with either one of these people. You know, I'm not seeing a direct connection. The cards are actually relatively far apart. You aren't connected by suit. You know, each suit is being represented here, minus the swords. And while you are an air sign, because, you know, you're doing this work, you're going through this process of, creating these new opportunities for yourself. You're moving forward. You're making plans. You're taking the next steps into those new horizons. You know, you are taking on this very practical, very forward-thinking, moving forward, methodical type of energy. And this King of Pentacles here, you see he does have his suit of armor, his suit of arms. Is that what it's called? His metal gear. I don't know what you call it. He is wearing it underneath his robe. So that sense of duty, that sense of protecting what is his, protecting what he's gone through and accomplished. And again, this is the personal beliefs coming in. It's that, standing true to what you are and what you believe and fighting for that in order to create this wonderful life for yourself. And again, he is a king. He is nurturing. He is more dutiful, which is a really, really great, all these suits have their good qualities, They all have their dark sides too, but so yeah, I feel like this month is more going to be about you and the new journeys and the new paths, even, and I've been kind of saying this throughout all the signs, almost every sign has had a social element to it. And again, practically thinking, it's the holidays. There's going to be a lot of socializing. There's going to be events and charitable things that you're going to be going to, and parties and work parties, things like that. So even just that, that is kind of showing itself in the cards too. So while this, can represent you being, leveraging what you have done into new opportunities for yourself, and there are, people, a very social month for you. There are people, there are gatherings, again, more people here. There is a collection of energy coming into your life, very, very extroverted type of energy, but you will be going through a little bit more of an introversion, just based on the phase that you are in your life. So I'm going to pull an outcome card for you now. Oh, that was a terrible shuffle, and it wasn't even going to happen. There we go. One more. Oh, well, even more wands, the Ace of Wands. Again, new opportunity. Being presented with something almost like I kind of think of this card as like a bolt of lightning idea, or the flick of a light bulb. Just a very prominent presence of a new beginning, a new start, a new opportunity. That is the overlying theme for you this month. Very, very focused on like new endeavors, new ventures that you create for yourself. Even though this is a love reading, that love is focused on you. It's all you coming to that level of understanding of who you are and the new path that you really must embark upon. And that's very, makes sense with the coming of the new year. We all kind of go through that New Year's resolution mindset. So, I mean, it's very, very conducive for the time of year and the things that kind of just happen naturally. So, Ace of Wands, a new passion, a new passion, a new, you might even receive some sort of message on some level. It's not a page, so it's probably, not an actual text message or a phone call or anything like that, but just be open to the signs of the universe, be open to the things around us and those omens that, you know when we look back on our life, we often say, well, I should have known, or those things. Our life just happened. It all happened for a reason. And sometimes we have inklings of things. Like, I remember when I had this feeling that something was going to happen and I didn't pay attention to it, and then it did. So just pay attention. You're going through a lot of change, a lot of transformation, and sometimes paying attention to those little things, and staying true to who we are and maintaining our personal beliefs, and holding fast to those, and not necessarily conforming or let anyone even tell us what to do or how to do it, is really what will be the most fruitful for us. So, okay. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these. It wasn't necessarily the most love-oriented reading, but what can I do? It's just kind of the way the cards came out. I don't control that, and I don't, I just interpret them the way I see it. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera off, and I'll shuffle, 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 and then I'll turn it back on, and we'll do your general. Nine of Swords. Well, again, I'm seeing a pattern of threes. Three, I mean, there's more people here, but three people in the front. Three people. Three people. Three swords. Three triangles. 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 Threes. I mean, this month, and again, more often than not, there's at least one concept or one area that I touch on in the love reading that carries through over into the generals. And absolutely, I mean, there's no doubt about it. I pulled four of, the same cards for, I mean, I shuffled these for a good 4 minutes. And still, though, there's definitely a message that you need to know. So, and it is about you. It is about a rebirth, a new beginning. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You have two aces here of wands and of cups. You have your, new beginnings in terms of the heart, and in terms of endeavors and opportunities, in terms of passion. And cups and wands together is a very fiery, very strong type of passion. So it could be an endeavor that you are incredibly, you actually feel emotionally fulfilled. That's something that really makes you happy, something that comes into your life. And I said this before, almost like a bolt of lightning, something that just strikes you so strong, almost floors you. And it's like a light bulb turning on. You've figured it out. You come to this point of clarity, and you really understand what needs to be done, and what's being presented to you. And, in terms of the hearts, in terms of the careers, in terms of the families, and the lovers, and everything. Now, again, like three people, and even though this is so interesting, because normally when you get the Lover's card and there's people, it's like, oh, well, but again, the Lover's card is so separate from the people. I mean, they're in complete opposite directions, complete opposite placements. I mean, I'm going to maybe come back to these individuals here and talk about the swords, because you have a 9 and a 10 of swords. So even though there is this, spark of finding something new, getting your footing, really like feeling as though you may have found your life's purpose, um, there is an extreme level of mental anguish, something that is completely consuming you. Now you have the 9 and 10, both in progression of the sword cards. And both of these, I'm just going to even point out the colors of the blacks. And I know you can't see this so well. I apologize. I need to get a better setup. And hopefully by January I will. You're surrounded by blues and grays. Very cool, calm, peaceful colors. And then you have these blacks. They're very black consumes all. Black consumes all light, all color. It is a consolidation of absolutely everything. It is a black hole of energy. And these thoughts, these things that you're thinking, the things that are keeping you up at night, are causing you to just feel all consumed. Now, this is, like the levels. How was that laid out? About that. So 9 before 10, natural progression of going through something that's so difficult and so frustrating and so just, again, I'm going to probably use this word a million times. It's so all consuming. It just might even put you over the edge. You are like a victim of your own thoughts. And because you're going through such a dark time or such a dark mindset, regardless of all these wonderful things that are in your life, you might even take on an air of like playing or feeling like a victim, feeling like someone has hurt you. Now, in this placement in the love reading, you had the 5 of Pentacles, which is directly in line with 2 individuals. You had your Queen of Cups and your Queen of Wands, and again the Queen of Wands. And in the last, and I'm sorry, I know they're 2 separate readings. However, when the concepts are carried over and you pull in so many cards from that last reading, it's hard not to tie them together. So in that last reading, we had the Queen of Cups directly adjacent to the 5 of Pentacles, right? So the 5 of Pentacles and the 10 of Swords, they're different and they do represent different energies, but still, even that 5 of Pentacles is a very black, dark card. So you have the same energy and the same placement in line with the same person. So there is someone in your life, someone prominent. You probably know who they are. Someone still, I think, I still am kind of getting like a very maternal, maybe not necessarily, might not be your mother, but someone that has that caring, nurturing energy, but still like it's a fire sign, it's a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, they're fiery. They are, they can be quite jealous sometimes. They can be, a little bit manipulative or very manipulative. They can be very jealous people. And I feel as though there is some cause. They are causing a lot of this sorrow, a lot of this like frustration, this emotional overwhelm that you're going through. Now, these swords for both 9 and 10, they take a very long time to acquire. So this is something that has been going on for a very long time. It also takes a long time to get rid of these, and it takes a long time for you to really get through them. So the fact that you're going through this still, and you have so many cards representing new beginnings, new things, new rebirth, even maybe forgiveness representing here in this Judgment card. Maybe even a level of forgiveness where you are going through this because of someone else. There are external factors in your life that are causing you to be in a very, I'm not going to say a dark place, but in a very, I'm going to say it again, all consumed mindset by someone. Now, I haven't really talked about the Knight or the Page quite yet. Honestly, I'm not getting the sense that the Page of Swords in this reading is a person. It's probably more indicative of you, Aquarius, an air sign, but more your mental state. Being surrounded by so many, especially being adjacent to the Ace of Wands. I mean, it is a wand and it is a sword, so they are slightly different, but, even just the nature of them being held up, pointing upwards, and, the clouds here, the grays, the cool blues, the landscapes are somewhat similar. This, I do feel, represents you and your curiosity for this new passion that comes in your life, curiosity, enthusiasm, a level of childlike wonder about these new things that are coming in your life. And those things you might feel are just so welcome. They're so welcome in your life. I mean, here you are literally, raising your arms toward the heaven. You are welcoming the things, welcoming the blessings into your life amongst being in this mindset. Now, again, the Judgment, the Lover's card, honestly, they're very similar cards when you look at them. Two angels, red wings, people joining together, being on that same playing field. And these energies are very much geared toward you, very much geared toward a love of yourself and finding a new purpose for your life, and developing those personal beliefs, developing and solidifying them, and staying true to them. Again, might be a cause. There may have been some level of disagreement, you wanted to go one way, they wanted to go another. Even here in the middle. So let me just tell you, again, I know there were two individuals, and they were a little bit fuzzy for me in the last reading, to be honest with you. But with this reading, they are a little bit, they're, the two energies, the three people in the reading. I'm getting the sense that these are actually the same person. The same person. And they both bring you good things, but they also cause these dark thoughts. I'm wondering if they might be realizing or coming to an understanding, perhaps, that maybe they're not as important, or that they don't necessarily have such a strong influence over your life as they thought they did. So there is some level of them leaving. Maybe not completely disappearing from your life, maybe not completely, like a breakup and then they're gone, but disengaging from you. You know, here you have them, this fire-like energy, again, Knight of Swords, a fire-like energy leaving your life. You know, they are heading out. They're heading out, and you kind of have their energy and your energy back to back, both looking in your own directions. Now, I do feel that this person is causing a lot of this anguish, a lot of this frustration. They are keeping you up at night. I feel that this person is someone that's very, very important to you, but something happened. Again, maybe, and I say forgiveness, there may have been some mutual understanding, some meeting of the minds, if you will, between you and them, and they are at peace with your new direction, or they might not be at peace with it, but they might realize that you are steadfast and you are strong and you are holding true to who you are and what you want and what your heart desires. And they understand, or they're coming to the realization that maybe it's time for them to sort of give you your space. And it might not necessarily be something that you want. You know, there's lovely things happening, but this person is causing a lot of frustration and a lot of sadness for you. They seem to have been a very consuming energy, this person causing these, somewhat maybe kind of eating you alive a little bit, and you are breaking free. Your breakthrough, your breaking free is kind of like they don't have a hold over you anymore. They don't have as much influence over you anymore. They can't control you the way they controlled you anymore. And when they realize that they can't, they sort of phase themselves out. And maybe it is someone you love. Perhaps it is a relationship. Perhaps it is a marriage or a partnership or something along those lines. And it doesn't necessarily mean that they're out of your life forever, but you mourn the loss of that relationship because it was important for you. And perhaps this judgment, this rebirth, this new beginning for you puts them a little bit in their place. You know, see, starting out here as a queen, your eyes are on the queen. You are looking at each other. There is love there. There is love there. But with you pursuing your life purpose, them coming to a realization that there is something more big picture for you, it may humble them a bit. It may degrade from a queen to a knight. It may pull them down a level in terms of understanding, in terms of how they think, you know, the way you used to look at them versus the way you look at them now. And they see it, and they see you blossoming, they see you growing, they see you developing these mindsets and these new ways of life, these new wonderful things that you are creating for yourself without them. And there is a level of separation that you might not want alongside and parallel to the good things that are happening in your life. Very interesting. I'm going to pull an outcome card for you, Aquarius. For December 20th. One more. Five of Wands. I mean, it shows this is the card of competition, but childish competition, not, real fighting. It's that, boys in the yard playing with sticks. I kind of think of this card as like playing, when you had PE class in high school and you had to go out and play soccer or basketball or something. And it's like in the spirit of the game, it doesn't matter if you win or lose because it's just stupid PE class. But in the spirit of the game, there is still that level of competition and wanting to beat the other person. And I mean, they could feel threatened, and it could be something that causes them to want to leave, in addition to your rebirth and your sort of personal renaissance, if you will. That could cause them to be a little bit more aggressive toward you. They feel threatened. They don't have that hold over you the way that they did before. You are no longer becoming so dependent on them. And so when you go through that process of losing that control and losing that power, you find ways to try to hurt the other person. You find ways to try to put them down and to feel like, or to make them feel like they're doing something wrong. And, they're going to try to make you feel that way. And this card, while applies to you, and you may be dealing with these, and so you kind of do play that victim, or maybe you actually are being victimized, but they are also playing that victim card too. They are playing that game as well. They are seeing wonderful things happening for you, blossoming new opportunities, new levels of creativity and fulfillment and happiness, and you sort of uniting with yourself. They feel threatened, and they they kind of play that martyr card a little bit, and they will cause a little bit of struggle for you. They'll definitely try to get their hands in and try to maybe mess things up for you a little bit. Maybe a little bit of sabotage. Not so much. It's not necessarily that card, but maybe there might be an air of that as well. So just keep your eyes open for that, and really, really consider if this is, if this person is conducive for you and your life. You have a very positive outcome, wonderful things. I mean, this is, like I said, the holy grail of a love reading, but it's also a holy grail of personal development. It is the absolute where the heart meets the heart. It's not the meeting of the mind and the heart, it's the heart and the heart. And I feel like you are going to have a blossoming month, and very, very great start for 2016 as well. Sort of getting you in that mode of moving forward, and getting you in that mode of productivity and making things happen for yourself. So very, very interesting reading for you, Aquarius. So, okay, that's it. Thank you for watching. My contact information down below if you have any questions, and keep your eyes open. In the middle of December, I will be posting a year-long reading for 2016 as well, so keep your eyes open. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so happy you're here. This is one of my favorite things to do. I just absolutely love it. So thank you again, and I look forward to talking to you next time.